Night Smackdown, and here we go. 5 on 5. It's a 10-man tag team match. Nexus invading Smackdown tonight.
Let's not forget that back in NXT, that Kofi Kingston was Michael McGillicuddy's pro. Now, Michael McGillicuddy, of course, the son of the legendary Hall of Famer, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. But Michael McGillicuddy wants to come out of his father's shadow into his own light.
And let's not forget why McGillicuddy and Harris are part, Husky Harris that is, are part of Nexus. Remember, they're the two guys who cost John Cena the match against Wade Barrett back in Hell in a Cell. The reason that John Cena is now a part of Nexus.
And now tonight, the cover here from Kofi Kingston. The unstoppable tide that is the Nexus has bled over to Friday Night Smackdown as the Big Show enters the fray.
Captain of Team Smackdown from bragging rights, the world's largest athlete. Oh! Who we learned on Monday night on Raw is actually Pee Wee Herman's cousin.
I'm not the red at you, boy, Heath Slater.
Remember, the first team to get a pinfall or a submission wins the match.
The Big Show obviously not happy with the Nexus invasion here tonight.
And it's so interesting, Michael. You see in the corner, Edge, the #1 contender, and Kane, the world champion, on the same team.
Yeah, but they are as far away from each other as physically possible. Here comes the rated R superstar, the #1 contender, Edge.
Remember, it was Edge who had his matchup with Del Rio earlier tonight, interrupted by the invasion of Nexus.
And that's where Nexus laid down their intention to take over Smackdown.
And again, if you're just joining us, folks, Nexus leader Wade Barrett is not here tonight. We learned from David Otunga that Wade left for the United Kingdom in the European tour early.
Well, that's what they said, Michael. Are you buying that, or are we witnessing perhaps a bit of a mutiny here tonight?
Well, I know the WWE is going on tour in Europe, so I believe Barrett may have gone there early. Remember, he's from Manchester. He has family there. Maybe David Otunga took it upon himself to put himself into the leadership role tonight. But a victory for Nexus under Otunga's leadership tonight could very well lead to a mutiny somewhere down the road, in my estimation.
Nexus trying to extend their jurisdiction, so to speak, here tonight, as a tag is made, and entering the fray now, Justin Gabriel, one half of the tag team champions.
Here comes the high flyer from Cape Town, South Africa. Many people call Justin Gabriel the spark of Nexus because of maneuvers such as that. Whoa!
What happened to the tag team champions with Heath Slater?
A cover here now for Edge. And Matt, you heard Michael say what a win for Nexus would do for their confidence, for their whole leadership, but what would it do to Smackdown?
It would right the ship. It would put everything back to where it belongs. Every superstar wouldn't be distracted. They'd be focused on the task at hand. Cover here.
Hooking the leg is Justin Gabriel.
But again, to get back to the Otunga story for one moment, remember, Slater and Gabriel are the tag team champions. The reason they are is because remember what happened back in bragging rights. John Cena and David Otunga from Nexus won the tag team titles at bragging rights. The next night, Wade Barrett, in a show of absolute power against Otunga, who had been rebellious as of late, forced Otunga
Cover here, Husky Harris,
to lay down in the center of the ring and force him to lose to Slater and Gabriel, hence the tag team titles changing hands.
And now you take a look at the runaway train, Husky Harris, from the legendary Mulligan Wyndham Rotundo fighting family. Husky Harris is certainly unique.
I love this guy.
Something that we don't see a lot of here in the WWE. He's just a hard-nosed brawler.
What did he describe himself as on NXT?
For tank with a
Ferrari engine.
I like runaway train better than I think.
Husky Harris hits the ring like a human tornado. And now going to try and cover the #1 contender and get the win in a 2.
I still cannot wait to Monday Night on Raw and see what Wade Barrett is going to say to Otunga and Nexus about what's transpired here
How do
tonight.
you know that this isn't a directive from Wade
You're
Barrett?
right. It could very well be.
As the excitability of Heath Slater makes its way into the matchup. And notice how Nexus is keeping Edge in their part of town. You can say what you want about those upstart quote-unquote punks. They're very, very coy, very resilient, very smart inside that ring.
The Smackdown superstars trying to defend their turf here tonight. This isn't Monday Night Raw. It's Friday Night Smackdown. Nexus trying to spread their wings, so to speak.
Slater, one half of the tag team champions. champions.
Boy, Edge, a very physical opening contest tonight, now thrown into a main event here. How much gas is left in the tank of the Rated R Superstar?
Never question the resolve of Edge. If one thing drives Edge, it's the desire to be World Heavyweight Champion as the universe comes alive.
Yeah, virtual all-star team on the Smackdown side here tonight. Very eclectic personalities as well.
Flapjack creates an opportunity. Edge desperately needs to make a tag.
One of the options, the largest athlete in the world.
Guys, notice how Alberto Del Rio is the only one without his hand stretched out.
We saw that Del Rio was not very cooperative at bragging rights, and here comes the Big Show. 7 feet, 500 pounds.
The fun-loving giant that we've come to know and love is gone, and the aggression of the Big Show takes over.
Oh, wait. Del Rio like a slingshot launched off the top rope. That's what'll happen when a quarter ton connects.
And Big Show and Kofi, we showed you earlier tonight, very impressive as a team. Showing a little bit more of that teamwork.
Kofi and Big Show defeated the former tag team champions last week here on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. You know, a loss here tonight could change the future of SmackDown. You never know what's going to happen when perhaps your 5 biggest superstars lose in the biggest tag team match of all time.
Alberto's leaving. How's that going to affect Team SmackDown? We'll find out when this huge 10-man